Howdy, howdy. It's the Dreadful DM or Jordan, and today's kind of video is going to be a very quick ranty thing about basically me just in my troubles that I've been having for the past week or two. Is essentially, is Nuance dead? Is the idea of having a nuanced conversation that's, not wanting to be on the far extremes of like a being of like, oh yeah, this is amazing or this is horrible, and being able to parse through the thing of just like, hey, this thing is a piece of art or this thing objectively happened and I feel a certain way about it, but that doesn't mean everyone has to agree with me, or that doesn't mean that's the outright truth. Basically, I'm talking about Expedition 33 and like F1 with the championship and stuff like that. It's just so much of it is either is like, hey, I like this thing, but if you don't like it, that means you hate me as a person and you're the devil. And the same thing on this side. Oh, I hate this thing, and if you like it, you are dumb. There's so much of that. There's so much just bickering about like people yelling at each other for no good reason except accepting like, hey, this thing exists, I like it, but I can understand it's not made for everybody. Like for example, Expedition 33, you have people like Shroud who are like might not gravitate towards that type of game because they might gravitate to a more FPS, towards a shooter that's fast, punchy, that's very quick, more on the casual side. It could be something like Call of Duty or like Siege, something from the Valorant to CS:GO or CS2 it is now, but something a lot more high octane, fast paced, and something like that, and that could be their bread and butter. And something like a Expedition 33, something like a Persona, something like a Final Fantasy is just not up their wheelhouse, and that's perfectly fine, and that's okay. You can be like, hey, I can acknowledge that this thing has done good in its field, and it's like people love it, and that's great for them. I'm glad they're happy, but it's just not for me, and that's perfectly fine. But for some reason, if it's not made for you, or it's not really your type of game, it's like, oh, I'm the right one and everyone's dumb for liking it. That's obviously, it's like, no, dude. It just could be a matter of fact of like, hey, it's just not for me. I get it why people like it, but just not for me. Because something like Expedition 33, it kind of insists upon itself with everything, everything from the pictos to all the skills to like the way you want to order the characters of the team composition. It's a game where it's not a game where you can like after work for a quick hour just hop on with the boys or just play by yourself just for an hour just to cool down. If you're gonna play Expedition 33, you're gonna want to be like, okay, wait, I have new pictos, so let me make sure the ones I have equipped are good, and like maybe a little higher value, and I have some like a lot of the lower value ones on equipped that on the side that could be permanently selected with everyone and stuff like that, and maybe grinding, but whatever stuff like that. It's just so involved in itself. I love it. I personally enjoy the game. I haven't fully finished it. I didn't vote like in the Game of the Year award. It's not really important, but it's like I haven't played the other games. This year for me, gaming has been all wonky, so it's like whatever. But I understand why the game won. But just so much of people bickering back and forth of how come they just can't accept like, hey, this game is good. Maybe got a little bit too much of the awards because I feel like some of them, like Best RPG, could have gone to like Kingdom Come Deliverance too. But I'm not sure why I decided to drop its full government name. But yeah, stuff like that. I understand why people like it. I understand why this and that, but it's not for me. And then for like F1 I mentioned earlier, basically for Lando Norris, won the championship. Congrats to him, whatever. But people are like, oh, if Lando wins, it means the devil is alive. It means the Antichrist is among us. It's like, dude, it's just from that point of view, it's like, have people not realized that the fastest car and the most consistent driver in that car typically wins the championship? Historically, it's always been like that, but we've been spoiled with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen doing some ungodly things, winning like the last 14 or 15 championships or something like that. No, it was like a 7 plus 11. No, 7 plus 4 is 11. There's my cat. You can tell it's really off the cuff because my cat's here now. But yeah, last like 13 championships or something like that. And something the same. It's just, and like, but it just, just people refuse to like let down the biases and let down their own, I guess, innate feeling towards something and let it infect how much they attach it to their own person and such. Like my cat's butthole. But she also has a cone of shame because she got spayed recently, so gotta fix and all that. But just people unable to let go of their own feelings towards something that just objectively happens, and trying to come up with reasons why it's like the reasoning for not liking if the reason why this thing happened is bad is true because I feel it, and people are just unable to remove their own feelings and see past it and realize that, hey, this happened, it sucks, I personally don't like it, but hey, I can understand if someone else enjoys it, good for them. It's just that doesn't exist anymore. My cat over here is trying to calm me down because I'm ranting and raving. So yeah, just a little quick rant. I'm just like upset with how much people are just unable to. I know, like, I got rage baited, okay? I got rage baited by some people, okay? And that's okay, because I understand, like, rage baiting is fun. I'm a shitter, and I understand it, and I do it too sometimes. I'm not gonna be here and be like that, but yeah, whatever. It's just like some people are rage baiting, and I understand that other people are legitimately taking it to the like heart and soul, and it frustrates me so much. But besides that, yeah, that's mostly what I talk about. Just Nuance feels like it's dead because people are on their own echo chambers, just yelling at each other, just saying everything is bad or everything is good. And their feelings matter the most. You know what I mean? So, just God. So annoying, so stuff. But you got a cat sighting. So, it's wonderful. You guys got a little upsies with that. Little up. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You got upsies. So you know what? I'm losing my goddamn mind over here. But, yeah, I lose. I mean, Eisenhorn. Getting into Warhammer. It's pretty cool. Pretty chill. Like in the first book, Xenos. So, that's why I've gone like halfway through the first book. So, like, I guess, like a 8th through the entire omnibus, so pretty fun. But yeah, cat. But that's pretty much what I want to talk about. I just want to rant. Yeah, see, like 7 minutes. I told y'all guys, it's there. It is there. So the devil is alive, and we. I got Dr. Pepper here. Sponsorship? No, I don't have a sponsor. Dr. Pepper. So yeah, that's all I wanted to rant about today. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all later.